Good day everybody and welcome to our channel, The Audio Couple. And today I've got a very exciting review like always, and today it's actually monoblock power amplifiers from the German company AVM. So before we delve into the actual product, let me just tell you a bit more about AVM. So for me, AVM is actually new to South Africa, but in Europe and globally quite a well-known company for the high-end equipment, good quality products, also in a wide variety of products. So currently they're actually making power amplifiers, they do preamplifiers, they also do preamplifiers with valve output stages, but also power amplifiers with valve input stages, and then they also do streaming devices, they do phono stages, and quite recently they've added some exciting turntables to their arsenal as well. Further to that, they also support streaming in their preamplifiers, including with a, let's call it a phono stage. On some of the preamps, the phono stages are additional, but what is also quite exciting is that they've got built-in DACs with the ability to also do Bluetooth, etc. But a little bit more about the company. Yes, company is situated in Germany. Udo Besser is actually the owner. So in 2016 they actually launched what they call the 30-year anniversary series, and part of that anniversary series was also actually the M30 monoblock amplifiers, which precedes this specific model. You'll notice this one is actually called the 30.3. So the .3 is actually the latest incarnation of all the product ranges within the AVM product catalog. And yes, so this actually 30.3 is part of the latest product line. Then just around on the 30th anniversary in 2016, they actually launched these monoblocks in the previous incarnation in only limited quantities. Only about 333 of these monoblocks were launched to the market, and they were quickly snatched up. And the reason behind that is because of the excellent sound reproduction and also the overall appeal, simplistic design, minimalist type of design as per the 30.3. So if we quickly have a look at the power amplifier, it's actually 10 centimeters in height, 23 centimeters wide, and 38 centimeters in depth. Yeah, then if we quickly have a look at the back of the amplifier, of course, immediately which is visible is the speaker terminals. So it's got double speaker terminals for bi-wiring. Further to that, of course, it's got the AC inlet, but this specific model is a 230 volt model. And then here, of course, is the on-off switch. Then further to the on-off switch, it's actually got a trigger input. So if you put it, you can either put it into auto, where you actually drive it then via a trigger input that, you can actually trigger it via the on-off switch of the preamplifier via remote control, of course, but you can also just leave it on the on position and then the amplifier will switch on by itself. Further to that, it's also got a 20-minute timer. Yeah, so if there's no signal coming to the unit, it will actually go into a standby mode. And then, of course, also eco-friendly. So when it's in a standby mode, it only consumes 1 watt of power. Then further to that, of course, is then also the input. So it accepts both balanced and single-ended inputs, XLR, of course, and single-ended inputs. And then actually the unit is around 13 kgs in weight. So further to that, the unit also got some alarm indications, one for overload protection and the other one for overheat protection. Then just some other characteristics about the amplifier. Of course, it's the latest incarnation. So what Udo and his team did is they improved the power supply. So now each monoblock is equipped with a 550 VA transformer, which increase the power output quite significantly. So the previous model was around 200 watt per channel on 4 ohm, where these are actually now 300 watt or close to 300 watt per channel on 4 ohm. And I must say this monoblocks are capable of really producing high current, and it can drive basically any loudspeaker. But we'll come to the audio performance just now. Then what is actually worthwhile mentioning is that it actually has power MOSFETs on the output stage, and here they make use of the IRF 640 MOSFET transistor, but they also make use of the IRF9 640 to drive both the positive and negative part of the push-pull output stage. And excellent choice in power transistors, because I think part of the sonic signature of this monoblocks are due to the use of those specific power MOSFETs. Okay, now we actually come to I think the most important part, and that's actually the sound quality, and it's also for me, of course, top of mind, or the main reason why we'll invest in AVM, or let's call it monoblocks, or for instance, this type of design of minimalist type of monoblock power amplifiers. So first of all, we were actually both myself and Teresa were really amazed when we actually connected the power amplifiers onto the big Dantex. We first selected the loudspeakers just to hear what the actual overall characteristics are of the audio performance, and immediately the amplifier grabbed our attention. And the reason for that being is the lovely open mid-range that it possesses. Very open but clean, and the second thing that impressed me most was basically the speed. So it had incredible speed on all instruments, so it sounds like there's energy and dynamics behind each instrument, which gave it a very interesting overall sound palette, if I can call it that, and a fullness to the sound as well. So it's not lean, it's got a very full sound, so I would say slightly on the warmer side of neutral, but actually very pleasant. And then also the tops, because it's got MOSFETs, very clear at the tops, and very extended, but not overly so. It's not exaggerated at the tops, which is very important. And then quite good bass control as well. But the other important factor is very good bass slam. So if we just quickly look at the scorecard for the audio performance, I actually gave the unit, or the monoblocks, I gave it a 9.3 out of 10. And then related to design, I gave it a 9. And the reason basically for the 9 is it's got a very minimalistic design, clean. I like the actual design. Maybe not for everybody's taste, but definitely I think it's nice and clean. And then basically for value, I gave it a 9.1. Or 91% for value. So basically in Europe the unit goes for the combo, for the pair, with 3,500 euros. So it's definitely a high-end product. People shouldn't forget that. And it's capable of driving extremely large loudspeakers. Like for instance in the case with ours, the Dantex, it actually drove it very easily, and with such a way that you think that it's actually large-scale amplifiers. So there's nothing small about these amplifiers. They maybe just look physically small, but their sound is really rich, full textured. Definitely in my books it is a high-end product. What I mean from the sound quality and the overall enjoyment. And actually we enjoyed the product so much that we'll actually give it an outstanding performance in our books. And I must say, if there was something like an editor's choice, this is what myself and Teresa will bestow upon the AVM 30.3 monoblocks. It's really an outstanding product, and for us, editor's choice award, because really the sound is excellent. If you match it up with any type of preamp, I'm sure that you'll get the best from your preamp, irrespective if it's now a solid state or valve design. These amplifiers is definitely in the high-end category, and the main reason why it's in the high-end category is because of the extremely high audio performance. And also it's not lean, it's got a fullness to the sound, but still retaining accuracy, low distortion, all these things, all the important factors that is important for a good amplifier. This is what you'll get from the AVMs. Of course, there's also a preamplifier that you can get with the monoblocks, a stereo preamplifier, which actually got a phono stage included, a DAC, and then of course also Bluetooth connection, which make the combo even more attractive. But in our case, we just got the power amplifiers in for review. But I must say, I have got a new admiration basically for Udo and his team, because these amplifiers really bring a fresh approach to power amplifier design and actually the sound quality. Of course, AVM make larger scale type of monoblocks, the 6.3s and also the 8.3s. And these big amplifiers capable of over 1,000 watts per channel on 8 ohms. So they're also capable of producing extremely powerful amplifiers. And you can basically see that this design is a trickle down of the technology that they use in their bigger monoblocks. Okay guys, so this basically concludes our review of today of the AVM 30.3s, the monoblocks. I would just like to thank Eugene from HFX Systems and his team for allowing us to review this product. Extremely good product, and I think for the South African market this is extremely good value for money and extremely high performance. Okay, but that's us then guys. Nimrod and Teresa signing off. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more of these videos, please subscribe. And if you want to receive notifications, hit the bell. But that's us guys. Thanks a lot. And thanks for your support. Cheers.